Okay, so I guess this is my confessional. I'm about to have to give up some of this good pussy to someone. And I just wanted to say, okay, so first of all, for my little boy's sake and for my baby, damn, you can't even hardly fucking see me. Let me try to get in the light somewhere. Well, it's getting dark out here, but anyway, so y'all ain't gonna be able to probably see me. So basically, when I left, y'all know y'all seen me on Memorial Drive earlier, and I left from Memorial Drive. I walked up by like the little senior store, and when I was coming back from by the senior store, this black man with dreads had asked me if I needed a ride. I asked him, he was sexy, I asked him if he'll give me a ride back to Central. And because I was like, nah, I was like, it's somebody that'll help me over here, I know. And it seemed like they running me from this area, and so I went back to Central. When I went back to Central, that's when I realized their little operation, and there was swarms of black men driving down that road and get it dropped off and coming that way, coming in their cars. Like, it was not they just showing up. No, it was strategic shit. And I was telling like the dudes no. And then so because I wanted to make sure somebody helped me that wasn't requiring for me to have sex. And then a guy in the truck pulled up on me because the dude dropped me off in Central. He said he had no place for me to stay. So I'm smoking a cigarette because they stressing me too bad. And y'all see that I'm pregnant. I have been denied medical care, torture inside of the jail. And the man was like, we went to work with him and everything. He said he got a room for a week and told me I don't have to go to work with him because it really was a little too much on my body and it was too hot and everything. And so basically, when we got to the motel, it was a bunch of black men coming around us looking at my stomach, and I know why they was looking at my stomach, and then they was holding their head down like in shame for, like, I guess lying about it or torturing me, whatever the fuck, terrorizing me. And they just looked like they was just in shame and confusion. So I got in the motel room with the guy, and I had already told him I didn't want to have sex with him when I got in the car with him, and I could tell the look on his face that he still was going to try to get it. And so we got in the room, I took a shower, and I just wanted to lay down and relax my feet because y'all saw how far I had to walk, and I hadn't had enough water in me, drinking too many sodas. I was a little irritated. Not anymore because I drank like 2 bottles of water, and I'm just a little tired, and it just kind of took me aback because he just put a condom on his dick and just got up behind me and started trying to put it in. And I was like, hold on, like, because I was damn near asleep. I had already lied down on my stomach, put my little pillow between my legs, and had my little Bible, clutching my little Bible. And here he is trying to put his dick in me. And he was going to go back to his apartment where he stayed with his family, but I didn't want to be by myself, really, but I didn't want to have sex or whatever. So I was going to go to sleep. I didn't mind if he stayed. You know, I didn't mind, you know what I'm saying? But he done got all the way naked, done put a condom on his dick, didn't even ask me. And then he started to put it in, and that would have hurt me. So I just kind of did like that. And then he was like, oh, will you get on top of me? And he tries to get on top of me, and I'm pregnant. And I done had some of these black men try to hurt my baby on purpose by trying to get me to lay on my belly or get on top of me. They know they can't be getting on top of me. I am pregnant, and these people know what they doing. And so I was like, no, you cannot get on top of me. And the black girls been looking at my stomach too, and they know that I've been screaming and crying out on social media, and that I am pregnant, and that people been lying about it. And so because there's a bunch of people walking around now while I'm over here making this video up there, and that's distracting me. So, and the man, he's over here and all in my motherfucking mouth. And everybody know what I'm telling. They need to stop trying to do what the fuck they trying to do to me. And so they don't have to worry about being up in my motherfucking mouth. Steady trying to be up in my fucking mouth. I just moved right here to get you out my fucking mouth. And so, so anyway, basically, the man was like, well, will you get on top of me? And then I was like, I ain't told him that I'm pregnant, but he been looking at my stomach. I know that he knows. I know they all know. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to pretend like they don't know. And he's standing in my mouth. They just trying to pretend like they don't know, but they know. And that's why they rolling up on me in gangs and trying to take advantage of me, because they said they was going to rape me when I was in the jail. And so if they put me in a position where you know that I'm not getting the medical care, you know everybody is selling me out in this country. Y'all see what people is doing when I'm in their house. And then I got to be obligated to have sex with somebody else. Basically, I told him, no, I'm not finna get on top of you. And then so he got behind me. I was like, you can only hit me from the back. I was like, I only have sex with men from the back because I'm pregnant. And I ain't tell him I'm pregnant, but I'm going to tell him when I go up in that room. I know that he knows already, but I'm going to just tell him. And I know he seen me smoking a cigarette, and I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to explain nothing about nothing to people that already know what's going on, and they not finna play me like that. If that means I don't have to smoke no cigarettes around him, then that just means I don't have to smoke no cigarettes around him. But I'm pregnant, and I'm not finna be riding your dick. I'm not finna be letting you crush my baby. I'm not finna be letting nobody get on top of me. And then so he was behind me, and I told him, I was like, well, I'm tired. So if you want to get some from me, then you gonna have to do it in the position of where I'm in. I'm laying on my side comfortable. You want some pussy, then you gonna have to put it in that way. And I done had plenty of men fuck me that way, and it was just fine. And so he was like, yeah, he said, I ain't with that lazy. He was like, yeah, but you being lazy. I ain't with that lazy shit. And then he said it again. I had to tell him. I had hopped up out the bed and went in the bathroom. And I sat there and I went and got one of his cigarettes and fired it up because they stressing me. And then so I went back. I told him, I said, when I was walking out the door, I said, I'm not lazy. And I said, I told you that I didn't want to have sex. And I said, and I'm tired. I said, I had to walk from Central Drive all the way to Memorial Drive, and then I got to ride back. I told him, when I seen you, I got to ride back. So I said my feet hurt and I was tired. And then he was like, oh, well, I'm sorry for saying that. I was like, yeah, it kind of hurt my feelings or whatever, but the reason why I'm telling is because you not finna sit there and take advantage of me and then think you're going to be insulting me, talking about I'm lazy. I don't have to give none of these black men no pussy because they taking advantage of me in the first place. So for them to even think that you're going to start insulting me while you're trying to basically rape me because I didn't want you. You know that I don't want you. You know that I was standing out there with my suitcase by myself, which is what they plan to do so that they can rape me. I can choose the man that I want to be with, but child of God, they want to pass me around and rape me instead of allowing me to be with who I would choose to be with. And I don't want to be with any of them because nobody will come forward and stand up for me and my baby. No, they threaten to rape my child and molest and mutilate my little boy and then think that they're going to be climbing on top of me. And then while I need to be putting out the information about Cynthia O'Vera talking about she going to be raping my son, and Joseph O'Vera talking about he going to be sticking his penis up in my little boy, and then they think they're going to be raping me all over the United States. So now I have to go back in this room with this man, and he's talking about, oh yeah, well, I'm just used to females taking advantage of me. And I said, well, yeah, you deserve the word. You deserve a female to give you her all. You spend $300-$400 on a room and do whatever. I said, but I'm tired. Got all these people pulling up in my face and everything. And the only reason why they doing that is because they want to see if I'm telling about the little fucking positions that they keep putting me in to be fucking raped. And at the end of the day, if I got to go in here and have sex with this man, it's rape. Because I don't want to be put in a position where I got to have sex with people while I'm trying to put out the information about my pregnancy and about my son. So especially for these motherfuckers to spit on your face and think they're going to be raping a little boy, talking about they're going to be molesting a little boy, and then think they're going to have his mother somewhere struggling to put out the evidence about her pregnancy, and then they think they're going to be riding on top. So I guess I'm going to have to leave, or I guess I'm going to have to get put out, or I guess I'm going to have to be somewhere in the room with him making me feel like he doing me a favor. Like, oh, these females using me. I ain't using you for shit. I ain't using you for shit. Because I told you when you picked me up when I had my motherfucking suitcase that I didn't want to have sex. I said that. So they just taking advantage because he wouldn't leave me alone. And I kept saying I'm not interested. And they all kept rolling. He was very persistent because he knows that I'm being taken advantage of. There was 3 or 4 other men that walked past me when he walked up too. And they had got out of cars and walked down by me as well. So they all sitting around watching me all in my mouth, seeing what I'm selling, because I guess they think that, oh, all these men gonna keep passing me around. Leroy tried to fuck me with his old 70-year-old ass. He tried to fuck me. And then people see me looking good. You know them niggas want me. So they got me going from place to place so niggas can fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not with this shit. I need to put out the information about my son. If you gonna give me a room to stay in, then he needs to get the fuck up out of the goddamn room. Over there calling me fucking lazy because I don't want to give you my vagina. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to tell him that I don't even know if I'm going to tell him that I'm pregnant. Because they're going to try to, I don't know. But they over here watching me. That one up there, it was the one who was looking at my belly. Keep trying to talk to me and shit. And the one who was staring at me down here, he went upstairs to one of the old head room. And I just got here. I told you they all plotting on me. And he went up there and said something to him. He came out looking at me, making a video because they trying to silence me. So at the end, he's still watching me. Now he went to the 2nd floor and he watching me. That's the damn shame. That's a goddamn shame. But you know what? I am very beautiful. And so is my son. And I don't appreciate people trying to rape us and try to take it, because if you manipulating me, and I shouldn't have to keep making these videos. So first of all, the Black Freemasons is behind all of this, and I know why they looking at my stomach and holding their head down, because my stomach is not as starved as they wanted it to be. They starve me in different people's houses and use these tactics to starve me. They'll feed me at first when I get there, and then they'll do these tactics to starve me, and my baby bump will go down. But I have been fighting relentlessly to make sure that I'm eating something on a normal basis. So where, yes, you can tell that I am with child. So they looking and holding their head down, because at the end of the day, the only reason why they did what they did to me and my baby, they knew that Austin John Meta was abusing us, and they threatened to rape my child and mutilate my child and rape me for white people, simply because they said they worship white people. So ain't no excuse when the truth come out about why nobody didn't help my baby. Ain't no excuse. The only excuse there is because they worshiped white people. So now I gotta go back in this fucking room with niggas sitting around plotting on me all around the fucking country, thinking they're gonna be taking advantage of my body. They said they was gonna give me AIDS and herpes and give it to my son, and then think they gonna be walking around all up in my motherfucking mouth, thinking that I'm not gonna get no vengeance. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you about them lying about my pregnancy. I had a vision where investigator Jim McDougal came and said that they was going to try to cut my body up and leave my body somewhere for an unknown detective to find my body. But that I guess it wouldn't be identified as me or whatever, and something about the baby either being killed or taken. So I'm not exactly sure what they trying to pull, but with them lying about my pregnancy and all these celebrity women talking about they pregnant and then sitting over there and letting them dog me out, yeah, I know they want to try to cut me up. I know they want to try to get rid of my body. I know they want to try to kill my baby, and I know they'll steal the baby too. They'll do anything to try to cover up, and she's over there with her door open listening, and as soon as I turn around, she slammed the door. See, that's because they really, and they all around watching. Same old head up there watching. Nigga right here in the parking lot watching. Yeah, they watching. Because they trifling as fuck. And you shouldn't run up behind no white people to try to hurt your brother or your sister. And my baby. And I've been carrying this baby for over 36 months. So for them to still be thinking it's growing, and I think that's what's fucking them up. It's like, damn, how is that goddamn baby still growing? And then you steady starving it. And God said that they were starving me, and something about the development. Something about the development. So, I don't know. Shit, if you starve a baby and then feed it, it might still continue to grow. And that's what's been happening. So now I got to go back in here and have sex with this man. And it's a blood game. And God said something about them trying to initiate me or having initiated me into something that I didn't even want to be in without my knowledge of even knowing about it. And God said that I was basically Austin's wife, sort of like, and that they over here trying to pass me around. And they can't lie and say you can't tell that I'm pregnant. So this is why the black Freemasons is walking around me holding their head down. Because the only reason why they let them white people torture me and help them while I was in the jail was because they worship white people. And the more I eat, it continues to grow. So that's why they have to try to starve me. So he ain't finna sit up here and make me feel like I'm the fucking, like he's the fucking victim. I'm the victim. Me and my children are the victims. And so I should have just told him that I didn't want no company or something like that. I'm pretty sure the dick could probably be good. But when he opened up his mouth and called me lazy and tried to say I was lazy, knowing that they take advantage of me, then that is just showing me his heart. And then to turn around and say, oh, well, I always do this for females and they don't do nothing for me. That's a damn lie. Because you should be helping me regardless. You shouldn't be expecting to get no pussy in return for buying your sister a week room and I'm pregnant. And like I said, they could say, oh, well, she didn't tell me, or she was smoking a cigarette. Why you think I smoked the goddamn cigarette? I hadn't smoked anything. And that's another thing that they do is if I be in somebody's house and I'm not smoking weed, or if I'm not smoking cigarettes, they'll start abusing me and hurry up and put me out to make me smoke the weed and to make me smoke the cigarettes. I've been in situations where I was sober and they just kept abusing me until I started smoking, so they can have a reason to say something about me smoking. So honestly, he said he was going to help me out with some money in a room, and then now all of a sudden I'm being obligated to have sex with him because he just put it on after I already said that I didn't want to do anything and that I was tired. And so now I'm feeling like just at a point where I will probably get up and leave if he gives me any more problems tonight in here, because I just want to stand my ground and just say no. I want to work on my case about my son, but I want to go to sleep. And if that means that I can't get no money from him, if he would give me $100 and I got this room for the week, I could pay my phone bill, I could give me a bus card, and I could give me some groceries, and I'll be fine. And yeah, I'm okay. I'll give me some groceries and I'll be fine, but I don't want to have to feel like I'm obligated to have sex with somebody, you know what I'm saying, just for somebody to help me out with a little $100, you know what I'm saying. I had a GoFundMe, I had PayPal, all of that shit got shut down, or no funds. I can't access any of it, and nor can I promote it because of the way that they have been running around trying to ruin my image and trying to ruin my cause. If this has happened to me, and it has happened to me, I am being denied the medical care. I don't need anybody trying to stop me from being able to raise funds to get medical care or a lawyer, you know, and to have the basic necessities. And I have screenshots. Of my GoFundMe, and I told them that the $50,000 would be for everything that I would need, for everything. That includes clothes, food, shelter, everything, medical care, lawyer, everything. And they tried to discredit me for having a GoFundMe. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to go back in here in no tension environment, and that's what they keep putting me in. Y'all see that I'm trying to work on the evidence to my case, and yet I keep having to make videos about people trying to take advantage of me. For me to have been someone who they despise this entire time in this country, it's amazing the lengths that they'll go to try to force me to have to be with them. Like I said, I didn't mind giving him no pussy, but you're not going to sit up there calling me fucking lazy. You're not going to sit up there calling me fucking lazy. And I want to work on the evidence about my son. I want to go to sleep. I do not want to have sex. I want to go to sleep, and I want to go to sleep in peace. I don't want to go to sleep with some man making me feel like he got an attitude with me while he's in the bed with me. I don't want to be around that kind of negativity. Like, I'm literally feeling like I want to just grab my suitcase and just fucking leave. He have an apartment up the street, and he got this room for me, but he making me feel like I want to just get up and fucking leave, because I don't mind having sex with somebody, but at the same time, like, you're being a fucking creep. You could have at least waited until I got my rest or whatever, and then talk to me and be like, hey, Andrea, can we do something or whatever? Or once you get your rest, can we just talk about it or something? You know what I'm saying? But to make me feel obligated and then to insult me like that, it made me feel like I want to shut it down, like I don't want to compromise with them at all. I know that they taking advantage of me right along with the white people. It's all feeding into what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop me from working on the evidence to this case, and I'm so fucking frustrated that I could break this fucking phone. I could punch this fucking phone over and over and break this fucking phone for this racist ass country allowing all these black men to rape me since I've been out this jail. I could break this fucking phone for these motherfuckers having my baby. I regret the day that I ever trusted Cynthia and Joseph to ever even do anything concerning my son. For you to steal my child from me, you witch. You witch. And you pedophile, Joseph O'Vera, you pedophile. And all the black Freemasons are pedophiles and rapists. And you white people worshipers, you devil worshipers, you witch worshipers, you holding your head down, looking at my stomach, knowing what you did to me and my kids. And I want my baby from that witch. She gonna give me my baby, and y'all gonna give him to me alive. That is not her child. And all she want to do is abuse him anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you about the vision that I had about Austin. I had a vision while I was at Leroy's house. Austin came to me and he gave me. Somebody said, don't forget about Austin. And I seen my baby daddy, white baby daddy. He gave me a magazine. And he opened the pages. And I took it and looked at the pages. And Austin was in the magazine. There was a spread, like 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of Austin when he was a little boy, around Melbourne's age, when Melbourne was 22 months old, when I went to the jail for protecting us from Austin. And I seen Austin with his little haircut, and he was on like a wagon. He was smiling, but his body the picture was cut out from here all the way to like his legs, and whatever part of his body they had cut it out, and it was pictures of Austin in some magazine spread, pictures of him. And I don't know what the Holy Spirit was trying to show me about that, because it was like he was naked. But I didn't see that part because that part was cut out, and it was showing his face like he didn't know what was going on. He was smiling. So these people are sick because the children don't know what they be doing. 22-month-old baby don't know what you doing. When you touch him, he don't know what you're doing. Give me my baby, you fat, funky Mexican, or I'm coming out there to get him myself. I'm coming. And if you think these black Freemasons and these blood gangs gonna stop me from showing up to get my baby, you fat, filthy pedophile, Joseph O'Vera. If you think that these black folk gonna knock me out for you, Cynthia, so you can keep my baby, you pedophile witch, God said I'm showing up, and that my baby better be alive. And you better believe I'm coming after I put out this evidence.